Hi guys, it's Wombat and today I present my list of best Cabover trucks for ATS 1.38. Now before we start, I want to point out that none of these trucks are made specifically for 1.38. They are all made for 1.37, but everything works on these trucks on 138 as well, which is more than you can say about a lot of truck mods that are at least claiming to be made for 1.37. Not that I'm really missing any of those trucks here, because my list of criteria for making it to the top list is that you need to have a very nice interior, you need to have a very nice exterior, you need to have animated windows, and of course you need to have F-mod, but also a great sounding engine or engines. And all of these trucks checks those requirements. Right now though, I'm hauling in a paid mod. The trucks that I'm presenting to you today are not paid mods, but I wanted to include this one just to give you an example of what you can get for 20 euros, because that is what this RTA Kenworth K200 costs if you want to buy it. I wanted to compare that to what you get for absolutely nothing. And spoiler alert, you will not be disappointed. But instead of me talking about all these trucks, let me get to the list already. Let's get started with the first one we have on the list. And yes, number 4 on the list is the International 9600 Reworked version 2 for 137. This is a Cyrus the Virus truck mod, and I'm not a big fan of Cyrus the Virus, but I wanted to include this one because of all the trucks he ever laid his hands on, this is probably the one that works the best. It includes Kirschbaum sound for the engines, which is obviously fantastic. There is no one like Kirschbaum. His engine sounds are absolutely fantastic. The truck has support for everything you could wish for, like advanced trailer coupling and of course cables as well. That should be something I don't have to mention, but I'm mentioning it just in case. This truck, like the rest of them, have advanced coupling and cable support as well. The only drawback with this truck that I found is, as you can see there, the left side lower mirror. It's just so low quality for some strange reason. I can't really see why it is like that, but that's the drawback. Other than that, there aren't really any. Perhaps one thing I should mention is that although this truck, like the rest of them, have a lot of different accessories and cabins and things like that you can add or change on the truck, it is also the truck with the least skins available. In fact, this truck only comes with a lot of different color options. You don't really have any proper skins available for this truck, which is again something you will see on this truck. The other trucks on the list do have several different skins available as well, but this one only colors. Other than that, I'm not a big fan of the steering wheel on this truck. It doesn't feel like it belongs in there. I expected something a little bit older. There aren't any. This is as good as it gets. But other than that, I'm very happy with this truck. It has all the criteria required to make it to the list, of course, and well, the sound, you can't really complain about that. It's Kirschbaum after all. This truck, as well as the remaining trucks on this list, are all steam trucks. This is the Freightliner Argosy 2.5 for version 1.37 plus by Lucasi and Harven. It's a beautiful relatively modern Cabover truck. This one do come with several different skins. I'm using just one of them now, and of course you have a lot of different accessories that you can add to the truck. Engine is beautiful to listen to. There are several different engines here, of course, as well as different transmissions. The interior is absolutely superb. Again, I'm not a big fan of the steering wheel on this thing, but other than that, there aren't really anything to complain about. It is, after all, a Argosy / Harven truck. The next truck on the list is not only also a Freightliner truck, it's also another Harven truck. It's the Freightliner FLB by Harven. I must have used this truck probably 10,000 times already on different profiles and different configurations. Fact is, I've used it so much that I, to start with, almost forgot to include it because I'm getting personally tired of the truck. But I have to include it because it is an absolutely fantastic truck. The interior looks fantastic, as well as of course the exterior. There are no flaws in my book with this one. It ticks every single box on your wish list. Of course, it's no surprise really that it do check every box on the wish list, because again, it is a Harven truck. But there is one better than this one. And then we have this number one on the list. Shouldn't be a surprise to any of you really. It's the Kenworth K100E by Overfloater. This truck is perfection. The skins are beautiful and there's a ton of them. Of course, it has support for a lot of different accessories and configurations, different chassis, different cabins, different everything. This truck, it doesn't get any better than this. Even the window animation here, look at it. I mean, it's just bonkers. This is the only truck I've ever seen that actually has handles that rotates when you open and close the windows. Just beautiful, isn't it? But this is what you get with Overfloater's Kenworth K100E. It's very interesting to compare this one with the RTA K200, and yes, there is a difference between them, and that is the interior, which is, to be honest, much more detailed on the RTA K200 truck. But other than that, this is not a bad interior in any way. I love the steering wheel, I love the animations that I mentioned, and of course it has everything you could possibly want, including templates if you want to create your own skin for this beauty. I've done videos in the past using this one, and some of you already know this. I have even modified this truck to, well, suit my needs even further. It's probably the only truck I would bother doing that with, simply because this is a truck I can't get enough of. Sure, the last one there we took a look at, the Freightliner FLB, I've used it thousands of times. This one, well, it's not in the millions, but I've used this one even more. I love this truck, and although I have used it even more than I've used the FLB that I'm getting tired of, this one I'm not getting tired of at all. So this is my number one spot on the list. If you choose just one truck from the list to haul in on 138, this one is the one to pick. So there you have it, there's my list. As you noticed, it only included 4 trucks, well 5 including the K200, but the K200 doesn't count because it's a paid mod. There are a ton of different cabovers for ATS, but again they do not work properly on 138 or they're not even made for 137, or as in other cases they don't check all the boxes for beautiful interior and exterior and F-mod support and animated windows. But these 4 trucks do, and I might redo this video in the future because there are several very nice looking cabovers in the works. You'll find most of them if you dig through the SCS forum, so go and check that out. Again, I might redo this video in the future. Before I go though, I want to point out that the trailer you've seen a few times, the one I'm hauling right now, includes Ducky, my pal and partner in crime, as a cargo. Ducky is a 65-ton cargo that you can haul on ATS. Now if you want to haul Ducky on your game, there is a link to Ducky in the video description. Go check it out. It's absolutely a delight to haul Ducky across America, and especially across Idaho where I'm hauling right now. What a beautiful DLC this is. Hardly a surprise to anyone that this is the best DLC SCS ever made. And with that said, thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, please give me a thumbs up. If you haven't done so already, subscribe as well. And till next time, take care everyone. Bye bye.